They are on their way.
Benson, just fill in a position that looks cool in a guard formation where you can hear.
Hey, Dogman.
Yeah, bring the prisoner, actually. That would help, wouldn't it? Yeah.
On.
What do you want me to...
Let me just put on
We want to spread
my
out just
cap.
in case. Secure the area.
I'll go stand over.
I know.
Am I to believe that these are all the forces that assaulted the compound? Surely you have more
The
than...
magistrate, the rest of the infantry are piling in that were present for the ground operations.
Alright, there we go. Now I'm not sitting in your lap.
Does your command structure have no dignity? Do they not wish to stand by me up here or take a seat?
The sector magistrate has proclaimed that all high command staff may sit up with him in the tribunal adjudication stocks, should they wish to.
Don't bite. You have permission.
Your orders,
Colonel Lorcat, do you wish to join
Spread
the
out.
sector magistrate
On
up
guard
on the
duty.
stocks, or do you want to remain where you are?
You heard him. Spread out.
Up there?
Yes, Colonel.
Sure.
I don't believe he can climb up there.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand, Colonel.
Thank you.
Well, that's one
So
way to get
nice of
there.
you to join me, Colonel.
Yeah, on mine.
Magistrate, I would like it on record before the trial commences that I haven't had time to discuss with my witness or with the defendant due to the nature of this trial, a speedy emergency trial.
Magistrate, interjection.
Whoa, hang on a minute. We haven't started. Where is this Commandant?
The Commandant is being transferred, sector magistrate. He's en route under security purview.
Understood.
Just sit with you two.
I have the stormtroopers around setting up guard.
Much appreciated, Colonel. Feel free to sit down if you'd like.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm going to mute for the argument. It's going to be a big one.
You know, they rushed me here so quickly after the fortress attack. Didn't even get time for tea.
I got contacted by the sectorial public defendant's office to this trial out of nowhere. Apparently some commandant, I got told, needs to be defended in a criminal case.
Oh, the woes of public defense.
Sector magistrate, the accused is presented
Right,
directly in front of you.
I need you to face outwards.
Finally, we are all here. If you are not seated already, you may do so. Starting with the prosecution and then moving on to the public defense, we shall start with an opening statement from either
Yes, Sector Magistrate. May it please the court to be represented the case of Commandant am an imposter for treason against the Empire under Imperial Penal Code 11 Bravo for destabilizing 2 sectors, supplying the rebellion with armed force equipment, sieging 2 garrisons, and resulting in the loss and destruction of Imperial personnel lives and an Acclamator class star cruiser.
Is this the end of your statement?
Yes, Sector Magistrate. I rest for now.
Public Defense, your opening statement.
May it please the court that myself, Public Defender Collier Jack Hall, will be representing the defendant in this case. I would like it on record that I have not had time to meet with the defendant and establish a defense case due to the nature of this trial, emergency trial, so I do not know his wishes at this moment in time.
The court acknowledges this. Should you need a short recess of 1 to 2 minutes, you may take this. This is something you must request now.
I would like a recess of 2 short minutes, Your Honor, to establish the defendant's point of view on the case.
I'll give you 1 minute.
Understood.
Shock Sergeant Benson, attend to the accused stand. Take him and give time with the Sector PD to adjudicate witness on their case.
Over here.
Sector Magistrate, addendum to proceedings, if you may.
Hang on, hang on. Oh, yes. Have you filed the necessary junction paperwork for your evidence?
Yes, junction paperwork has been submitted to the Imperial Central Court on Coruscant and is currently being expedited in process facilities along with the associated casework. May it please the court to know that the prosecution will be calling upon a multitude of witnesses, namely Imperial intelligence officers that have compiled a caseload against the accused and will be used as such to present evidence in our case against the Commandant.
Oh, yes, that's all coming through right now. Excellent. I'm afraid you're going to have to run through these bit by bit once the public defense has returned. Might I ask the prosecution, while they are present, have you obtained a witness list for questioning?
Affirmative, Sector Magistrate. As ground command for the operations, I have a full witness list of those who I believe to be providing sufficient video, audio, and witness testimony from the ground operations conducted against the Commandant.
Understood. We will move on to that phase after we have scrutinized evidence by either side. Why are they taking so long?
If it pleases the court, I can request that Sergeant Benson return.
We're done, Your Honor. I'm done with the defendant.
You test my patience, public defender.
Apologies.
Break the rules of this court again, and I should hold you in contempt.
I didn't have a watch, Your Honor, so I couldn't hold time. My apologies.
Never mind, we shall carry on. Now that the public defense has returned, do you have a sufficient opening statement that you would like to amend to your previous one, or shall we move on?
The court may proceed, Your Honor. I will make my statement on the defense's time later.
Understood. The prosecution has provided a datapad bundle of evidence This consists of audio, video, and testimonials. This will be forwarded to you shortly. This... Check your datapad bundles.
Yes, one
They
second.
should be coming through now.
Oh, okay. Yes, I've received the datapad bundle. Thank you, Your Honor.
Prosecution, you may begin with your scrutinizing of this evidence.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution shall begin with the charges stipulated under Imperial Penal Code 11 Bravo for acts of treason against the Galactic Empire. Also, additional charges filed under sections 10A, B, C, and 11A. The Commandant stands accused of standing against Imperial values, feeding dissident hatred, and direct conspiracy against the Emperor. For his crimes, the prosecution tries that he should be executed in a manner befitting of the crimes that he has taken from his station. The prosecution has multiple eyewitness accounts, data, visual and audio recordings of the Commandant's conduct on both ground operations, along with financial conduct files presented by Imperial Intelligence, with full and damning robust prosecution to prove that this man is guilty and unbefitting of the station of Commandant.
Yes, your witnesses, your testimonials, your video and audio evidence. Please point to specific details and link them to the charges, please, prosecution.
If it pleases the court, I shall call my first witness to the stand, with permission from yourself, Secretary Magistrate.
No, we have not moved on to questioning yet. The defence has no rebuttal to your evidence thus far. I shall now hand it over to the public defender, should he have any rebuttal.
Interjection.
What for?
The prosecution made opening statement quite clear, along with Imperial Penal Code manifest, along with subcontraction of data files presented with the breach of Imperial Penal Codes. Our intention and statement of duress was already stated within this court.
Your opening statement was, but this is the evidence What?
It's the DT. It's the DT. Carry on, Magistrate. Thank you.
Understood. We've moved on to evidence and scrutinizing of evidence. The opening statements have concluded, prosecution. You have provided a series of evidence. I am now allowing the public defense to provide a rebuttal to that evidence.
If it pleases the court, the defense would like to stipulate, once we get to the witness statements and so on and so forth, that no actual eyewitnesses, as far as I can see, have seen the defendant ever commit a crime directly. All of this is nonsense and just thoughts, perhaps falsified ones as well. As far as I'm aware, no actual eyewitness accounts have seen of the defendant committing an actual crime under Imperial law. All of these are just guesses, Your Honor.
In that case, then, must I conclude, public defender, that your rebuttal is to move on to questioning, then? If we are
Yes,
to go to testimonials?
Yes, I would like to proceed to the testimonials, Your Honor.
Understood. Do you have a witness list? Or would you like to use... Actually... We will be using the witness list provided by the prosecution.
Indeed.
Prosecution, please call up your first witness.
The prosecution will be amending stance in order of witness list due to the statement provided initially by the defence solicitor and Barra Station. You openly state that no one had an eyewitness of the Commandant committing a crime, yet there were several eyewitnesses to him being in consultation and consort with members of the rebellion whom laid down their lives to protect the Commandant from the purview of Imperial justice. I ask and put to the stand if Lord Kaynor Riaft is available to be called to the witness stand. I then call Han Geralt to come to the witness stand, who was present during the breach and witnessed the Commandant being guarded by his rebel bodyguard. If you would please step forward, take the prosecution podium, and state to the sector magistrate what you witnessed during the initial breach into the command centre.
When we were breaching into the top of the Anax base, me and my lord were pushing in first, and there's Sud, the magistrate, surrounded by all of his rebel friends. He wasn't being held prisoner, he wasn't tied up, he was simply stood behind his desk. He owned the place, while being guarded by his rebel friends.
Prosecution, have you no more questions for your witness?
I propose the question. Han Geralt, would you believe that the Commandant was being held against his will in any way, shape or form? Did he appear distressed or virulent in the situation to you? Was he fearful?
He wasn't hogtied, he wasn't scared, he simply stood there.
Interesting. How would you further stipulate his reaction to Imperial forces entering?
He fled into the back room where more of the rebels lied in waiting for us, trying to get away from us and further behind his rebel friend.
I see. And were these rebels accommodating towards him?
They appeared so, yes, giving their lives in his defense.
I understand. Do you recall the Commandant's exact reaction upon seeing Imperial stormtroopers come to him in this command sector?
He seemed quite distressed.
I see.
He was afraid of us in some way.
So would you surmise that from your view of the actions in the breach alongside myself and others, that the Commandant was in fact fearful of Imperial forces attempting to rescue him from the rebellion?
Prosecution, leading question.
I will rephrase. In your own words, how was his temperament and demeanour?
He was terrified of Imperial personnel, especially being detained by them. From this I can only garner the outcome that he was either on payroll of these rebels or assisting them himself out of his own free will.
The prosecution rests in cross-examination and cedes to defence to do the same.
The defense will proceed with cross-examination of the witness. Mr. Garrel, was it? In terms of the defendant, you stipulate that you saw him under duress when he saw the Imperial forces approach, and that he wasn't handcuffed or hand-tied or held in any kind of prisoner manner by the rebel forces. How would you know that he wasn't under duress by the rebel forces while he was there? Maybe he was being coerced into acting the way he was.
Coerced? He ran for them for cover.
Maybe he was in fear of his life.
To try and avoid fire. He didn't do anything. He ran directly into the rebel forces instead of to us.
Maybe he was in fear of his life. Did you were the Imperial forces on the ground out to kill or capture him directly?
They are out to capture the magistrate and kill all of his rebel allies.
The Commandant, yes. Again, there is no evidence, Your Honor. There's actually no evidence that the Commandant and the rebels are allies. Sure, there are some circumstances that can lead one to believe that they are, but there's no evidence that I've seen until now that can stipulate that they were in fact allied together and have conspired to destroy the garrison in which the Commandant was found upon.
I see. Have you finished your questions, PD?
I finished my questions, Your Honor.
In that case, then, I'd like to move this witness back, please?
And Geralt, the prosecution dismisses you from the stand.
Prior to the next witness, I'd like to follow up on this point provided by the PD. Perhaps this is something that we can explore a little bit. Prosecution, your thoughts on this, please?
The prosecution provides statement and evidence of eyewitness accounts that the Commandant was non-sympathetic to Imperial forces and retracted from Imperial forces in fear of his life, bringing to another segment which will be addressed thereafter that the Commandant fled during the initial assault away from Imperial ground command into the arms of the rebellion.
Fled. I can't seem to see this in my evidence data bundle. Has this been submitted and documented?
This has been submitted, if it pleases the court, though the system for filing, as you are well aware, Sector Magistrate, is delayed through the Coruscant Central Servers due to the processing and capacity enumeration of the systems provided.
This is something we don't have time for. I'm afraid I will have to dismiss it as evidence.
The prosecution
Please
states it has
call up your
witnesses
next
to this
witness.
effect. Understood. If Gunnery Sergeant Staz could please come to the stand. The prosecution will now begin examination. Gunnery Sergeant Staz, your role in the operation was present as a TX-225 driver, was it not?
Correction, TX-212, but yes.
Affirmative, Gunnery Sergeant. My fault in the classifications, not my remit. Now, Gunnery Sergeant, do you recall your interactions with the Commodore within the LZ parameter of the Anaxi stronghold?
I am not aware. I was very focused in combat. I didn't really see much of him, although I do recall he was boarded in one of the tanks at one point.
Affirmative, Gunnery Sergeant. From my records, the Commandant initially boarded with myself in the command element within your TX-212. Do you recall the Commandant leaving at any point out of the vehicle during the breach of the first layer outpost?
I do recall everyone disembarking, and as I remember, I do not remember any uniformed officers reboarding the tank.
Understood, Gunnery Sergeant. Would that be normal, Gunnery Sergeant, for a member of High Command to not board within an armoured transport within an active combat zone?
It is highly unusual given the combat zone, yes.
I understand, Gunnery Sergeant. Would this action possibly be considered to be in detriment of one's own personal safety, if taken from an Imperial viewpoint?
I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Understood. The prosecution rests its examination and cedes to the defence.
Proceed!
The defense has no questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Are you sure, PD?
I'm sure.
I see. Prosecution.
Prosecution
Do you have
has no
any
further
more
questions.
witnesses?
Yes, Sector Magistrate. The prosecution has more witnesses to provide.
Please provide your next witness.
I call to the stand SHK designation 853 from Guard Rotunda to the witness stand. Thank you, Gunnery Sergeant. You are dismissed.
What's that?
Amelia, if you'd please step forward to the witness stand. The prosecution will now begin examination of said witness, Sector Magistrate.
Proceed.
SHK 853 Amelia, you were present in the siege of the Anaxi stronghold, were you not?
Yes, I was.
Understood, SHK 853. You had visual on the Commandant at the point of injection at the LZ, correct?
I did not. I was off clearing other rooms for rebels.
I understand. With normal shock standard operational procedures, it is imperative in the absence of other security forces to guard VIPs, is it not?
It is, yes, sir.
Would you suggest that should there be any present planetside during a ground operation, shock forces would make it their priority to guard said individuals?
It would be, yes, sir.
When within combat procedural operations, did you witness the Commandant at any point in time with Imperial forces?
I saw him being escorted out by you and other Imperial forces.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance. This has nothing beneficial to come to the case.
I agree, prosecution. I will hold you in contempt.
Provide
Rephrase
addition
or
to
take
relevant
back.
statement. This reinforces corroboration placed in the witness before that the Commandant was not part of Sector Command and was not present with Imperial forces in any enumeration of combat operations conducted.
I was kidnapped by the rebels.
Silence! Silence!
Please, Commandant, let me speak for you.
I'm sorry.
Be quiet.
Should you wish to defend yourself, Commandant, then you may request to do so.
No, I'm sorry, Magistrate. I just lost myself for a moment there.
Wasting our taxpayer money. My apologies, prosecution. Please repeat last.
The prosecution signifies that this, in corroboration with the last witness statement, provides substantiation to the case that the Commandant was not present with Imperial forces and was not within SHOC operational procedures. He was at one point, from my own predilection and other members of SHOC present, along with the LZ insertion group, with us at the beginning of the operation. The fact that no notification of further SHOC trooper deployment, that there was a VIP to be guarded and escorted through combat operations, ensures that the Commandant slipped away from Imperial prerogative into the arms of the rebellion.
PD, have you no rebuttal to this?
I would still like to state to the court that this still doesn't provide any actual eyewitness evidence of the defendant's collaboration with rebel forces. Perhaps the Commandant got lost. Perhaps he got lost from the main group. Who is to know?
I'm not here for hyperbole. Though I understand your position, PT. However, I must say that happenstance cannot be linked to corroboration. His examples are, while hyperbolic, still adequate in principle.
Principle, yes, Your Honor, but the principle must be backed up by evidential matters. No?
Yes. Yes, that's what I mean.
Yes. The principle might be there, but there's still no physical or eyewitness testaments that have been true or principle enough to determine that the defendant is actually working with the rebel force. There's been no key findings that have determined that at all during this trial from the witnesses at the moment or from the datapad, the information that was sent to me. There's nothing in here that this man can get trialed for that will allow him to be determined that he's working together with the rebel force.
Prosecution, have you any more questions?
If it pleases the court, the prosecution does not, and this witness can be laid back to the jury and guard stance.
PD, have you any follow-up?
Negative. I've stated what I want to state for now.
Huh?
SHK 853, you may be dismissed from the witness stand.
have we any more individuals on our witness list?
Yes, Sector Magistrate, there is another witness, designation KX091.
You're calling a droid to the stand?
I am, Sector Magistrate. The droid is equipped with sensor and recalibration equipment, and fines have indicated from this discretion and testimony.
Prosecution, you must understand that the remit... the remit of a droid falls under evidence, not as witnesses. These are not autonomous, sentient beings.
The prosecution makes argument.
I'm afraid they should be categorized under video and audio logs.
Understood, it will be acquitted later. The prosecution has one last witness on the list, which was Special Agent Joffrey. However, he has departed the vessel without providing evidence. It has been collated in a data bundle, but he has not been here to state his piece in the relevant time and manner. The prosecution has no further witnesses to call and will happily enter into the evidentiary discovery stage of the tribunal. The prosecution rests.
Understood, prosecution. Your last witness. Has he left on emergency matters?
Not that I have been aware of, Sector Magistrate. I will need to follow this up further.
This is pathetic and must be forwarded to his superiors immediately.
Understood, Sector Magistrate. The prosecution shall attend to such.
Please see to it and contact the Moff's legal office should this be necessary. Now then, we shall move on to closing arguments and then deliberation.
Can a medic perhaps attend to the magistrate?
Now then, moving on to closing arguments. As we've begun this court with prosecution opening statements, we shall end it with public defense. Please, state your closing argument.
Oh yes, Your Honor. I believe it is clear to everyone here that is standing before the jury of the peers and to yourself, Your Honor, that this man is innocent of any crimes. There has been not a single piece of evidence presented tonight that more than 100% testifies that this man has been in conundrum with rebel forces. No eyewitnesses, no evidence, material or otherwise, has been presented to more than sure testify that this man has, without a reasonable doubt, been in conundrum with rebel forces. The prosecution has not provided any reason, the prosecution has not proved the matter within a reasonable doubt, or rather hasn't been able to prove that. This man should therefore walk free and be dismissed of all charges immediately.
Prosecution, your closing argument?
The prosecution declares that the eyewitness accounts were substantiated and speak of the Commandant's character when encroaching Imperial agitators came to free him from the rebel dissidents. The prosecution also proposes that the actions taken by the Commandant were unbefitting of Imperial conduct, and that his destabilization of both sectors through gross incompetence, whether aligned with rebel dysentery or not, is enough for grounds to warrant his removal under Penal Codes 10A through C, and for treason against the Empire on Code 11B. Furthermore, the defense claims no evidence has been presented, yet in the data bundle, video archive footage from MSE Unit 9467 and Astromech Unit R4Q07 clearly show dictation, movements, and incorporations of the Commandant when aboard the Iron Hand and when deployed from the surface galleon from point of first contact. If the defense would adequately wish to pursue the evidence provided in the data bundle rather than jumping to conjectures about what the prosecution has to offer, then he may very well be held in contempt for lack thereof of disseminating necessary information for closing of the prosecution. The prosecution makes the final stance that the Commandant is guilty for treason against the Emperor and the Imperial Armed Forces through gross misconduct, active and hostile nature against the Empire, funding of weapons, and overall sedition. The prosecution rests its closing argument.
Understood, prosecution. PD, has the Commandant any words to say to the court?
Do you have any words to say to the court, Commandant?
Yes, I do.
Speak.
The incompetence claim is outrageous. I've done what I can with the lack of funding I've been given. All of the resources I was meant to be getting for my garrison were taken off me through either rebel attacks on my garrison or taken by Dark Jedi Inquisitors for their uses. I cannot be held accountable for the actions of others. Furthermore, I have shown no hostilities to any of you. I did not raise a gun to any of you. I did not shoot any of you.
Is this all, Commandant?
Yes, Great Magistrate, that is all.
I find this rather perplexing. You bring up new information. Not presented before in either the prosecution or the PD. Where is this coming
that
from,
is surprising,
Commandant?
Your Magistrate. Surely there's documentation. I remember being questioned about it by the Imperial Intelligence. They asked me about my situation in the garrison and why it was in a dreary state.
Well,
I
the
informed them of
Imperial
such
Intelligence
things.
is not here. This is not admissible in this courtroom, I'm afraid.
Surely there's documentation, though, Your Magistrate.
Your Honor, the defense requests that the documentation be brought forward as to certify to what the defendant is saying.
There is a certain eligibility criteria. You know this, PD. You're working in my office. I know you know this. The window has expired.
Even if it's relevant to the case, Your Honor, as to reach a correct result of the trial.
Its relevance cannot be put forward. There is principle by which these courts are upheld. This is something we must abide by the Emperor's might.
Of course, Your Honor, the defense rests its case.
This is his judgment. This is his testament. His will. Save the Emperor. All hail the Emperor.
All hail the Emperor.
Hail the Emperor.
All hail the Emperor.
All hail the Emperor.
All hail the Emperor.
Now then, I must deliberate. I have been given express permission by the Sector Moff to deliberate and come to a conclusion on my own. In which case, I shall need the expertise of your local high command. Might I request, Colonel Nordcat, your opinion, please?
In my opinion, I believe this individual is guilty for treason and crimes against the Empire.
Is this all, Colonel?
That is all, Sector Magistrate.
I understand. I might ask the same to you, Naval Commodore. Should you have anything to add? Said so firmly, and with such expertise in manner of voice, I can't help but agree. And what perplexes me the most, Commandant, is the series of events leading up to this. Now then, I think it is safe to say that this man, Commandant, am an imposter.
Are you okay, Your Honor?
Just some minor medical issues. I think it is obvious, Commandant, that you are guilty of all these crimes. And I've been given express permission by the Sector Moff to execute your judgment myself.
Your
I
Majesty,
hereby
may
find
I
you
say one
guilty.
thing?
Silence!
Hang him!
Your
You've had
Honor,
your
the
time
defense
to
would like to
speak.
appeal.
This is not about the case, Your Honor. This is something different.
What is it?
This man right here, my defense, he's a fucking incompetent troglodyte.
Your Honor, I
I should be
resign
hearing
myself from this
none
case.
of this.
You have seen it yourself,
None
Magistrate.
whatsoever. Security, bailiff, seize this man.
Lynch him!
Hang the traitor!
I got the rope right now. Sorry. All right, continue.
Proceed forwards.
No. This court finds you guilty by order
Proceed
of
forwards
the
or be
Sector Moff,
forced.
by the authority of the Emperor.
Engage and detain.
I went backwards, you fucking idiots. You
Commandant, think of your family in these last. We can appeal it, perhaps, in the last.
I am
10
single.
minutes
What the
we
fuck are you
have.
on about?
The prosecution
By order of
has
this
a
court
suggestion.
and the power
Sector
vested in me
Magistrate.
by
Chuck,
the
lead me
authority
to
of the
where you want
Emperor,
him.
I hereby sentence you to death.
Sector
Death,
Magistrate, the
Commandant.
prosecution proposes manner of execution be
For the
discussed
Empire.
summarily.
Hang him!
Magistrate, I hope you'll shit
The
yourself,
prosecution
Magistrate.
suggests that the Commandant
him!
be expelled via airlock through into the void for the dishonesty and crimes committed befitting of such a gruesome death, for he is no longer welcome in the arms of the
Burn him
Empire
at
and
the
shall be
stake!
dejected into the cold arms of space.
Does this suggestion by the prosecution
I have the
please
rope right
participants
here.
of this court?
Shut
Jury
up.
have input on manner of execution.
Send him up the airlock!
Zip him to
Burn
a
him
top.
Shoot him with an AT gun!
Vested in me by this court, by the Emperor, and by the Sector Moff, I hereby sentence the Commandant to death via airlock.
Death by airlock has been confirmed.
Affirmative.
KX make the necessary preparations. The prosecution thanks the magistrate's cooperation in the case and is happy to see imperial justice be administered to those that would devalue the core values of our imperial prerogative.
We will wait for command.
Well put.
Hang the PD as well!
KX droid. I
Damn
would like
rebel
the.
sympathizer!
I would. Gentlemen,
We
I'm
will push
following
him into
imperial
space.
law.
Timon.
I would like the rank tab before I need to
Rebel
get it back to the
defender.
ministry.
Affirmative.
This is a world of barnacle.
I would like the
Rip
rank
off the
tab.
rank
Thank you.
plaques and code cylinders.
femur
All
hurts.
imperial artifacts are be returned and given to
Need a nice view for the Sector
Commodore
Magistrate.
Lisette
Remember the
Medallion
desks
for
on
her
the
safekeeping.
the hat and belt.
There you
Commodore
are,
is behind
Sector
the
PD.
No, this is not to be given to the Sector PD, it's to be given to the Commodore.
Give it to me.
It's an allocation of the ISDI in hand. This is where it's taken place. The Sector PD has done his role.
Hand it over, please.
Tell me when.
It's on the direction
Sure we
of the
can't burn him
Sector
alive?
Magistrate.
Get a better look.
Take his code cylinders off as well. You only got his rank back.
Strip him naked!
That's gay.
That is inappropriate. You will silence.
The Empire have use of his personal belongings. Retrieve them immediately.
Commodore.
Is that everything?
Identity discs. Identity discs.
Take his belt boxes. We could use them.
Present Commandant. I wouldn't expect you to uphold a uniform or security standards. Yeah, all removed.
The Gazanti is still down there. We're just gonna.
We all set. Shock, Commander.
Understood. It's at the direction of the Sector Magistrate. Sector Magistrate, the prosecution provides that the subject is ready for execution by death of airlock.
By the power vested in me by the Sector Moff and the legal team he possesses, you may proceed.
Begin when ready.
I hit 1 second.
Push him off.
May you
Or you will die.
Long live death to the traitor!
Glory to the
While I
Empire.
was appointed as that man's defense, I am happy to see justice has been served in some capacity in this court today. All hail the
I
Emperor.
must wash my hands now.
All hail
the Emperor.
Oh, hail the Emperor!
The Empire.
For the Emperor.
The Shock Security Brigade
For the
thanks
Empire.
all those
Long
who
live the Empire.
participated. Justice could be delivered swiftly. Thank you all for your
If
efforts
I'm
in
gonna be
maintaining
perfectly
security.
honest,
in
Not
the
a
Empire.
dead rebel.
Oh, Jackal, we must get tea after this.
Oh yes. In all honesty, your magistrate, I couldn't get it out. I couldn't get him out of that, to be perfectly honest. Nor did I really
First,
want
you
to,
can
but he
normal
has
duties.
rights, or he had rights, as it were.
I'm keenly aware, PD. I'm keenly aware.
Sector Magistrate, if it pleases you, the Shock
Let's do it
Security
again
Brigade will
sometime.
escort you back to your vessel and you can depart summarily to have your evening tea.
Oh, that would be absolutely wonderful. Much appreciated.
We'll follow your direction, Sector Magistrate. An excellent performance.
Okay,
Sector
engineers, let's go.
Jackal. That was quite the oration we had between us. It was an interesting word of game.
Thank you.
Get out.
Of course.
I hope we
Yes,
should have
yes.
more of these discussions.
Thank you as well.
I'm glad we could deliver justice
Indeed,
to the
we can all
Empire.
benefit from them.
Sark.
Indeed, we got to make it look. Now the cameras are
He
turned
died.
off. I'm actually happy that he got executed.
Yes, I understand. It's just your role and job. Nothing to worry about from me. I do mine and you do yours. That's how our lovely justice system functions. Law and order will be upheld.
Yes,
Always.
yes, this is all well and good, but we need to leave.
Yes, on
You
your
know,
mark.
Jackal,
Time for
I was
tea.
telling you about that
Shock,
orange
fall behind
Pecco
the
the
Sector
other day.
Magistrate. Escort him out.
A rather
Yes, follow
amazing
as well.
blend. Quite
Sark,
smoky
patrol him out.
aftertaste, you know.
Oh yes, indeed, Sector Magistrate. I'm looking forward to some
It is
mint
quite
tea, as it were.
delightful. I shall send you a caddy when I'm free.
Oh yes, you're quite welcome. I heard my I actually have a good friend on this ship. I believe he's what's his name again? I believe he's serving as an officer in the Navy, Mr. Williams or so. I'm not aware of what rank he is, but I believe he's serving on this vessel or in this fleet in any capacity. I
Oh,
haven't
the
seen him
academy
yet.
was a long time ago, you know.
Indeed. He went the naval route. He wanted to push papers all morning. I wanted to defend the innocent.
Yes, well, some of us have
Shock,
our
maintain
integrity, I
formation and move forward.
suppose.
Meet us in the main hangar bay.
Anyone?
Anywho,
Clear to
Oh.
depart.
There you go. Commodore, if
Do
you
not
do see
jump.
my good friend Mr. Williams, please salute him from me.
Hold formation,
As you
gentlemen.
wish.
Much obliged.
Thank you, sir.
Corporal Rasputin, follow behind. Thank you for your attendance, TKs.
Affirmative.
you know,
Commander,
I
I will
had
push
my
up, make sure
hands
it's secure.
on a lovely, fine piece of set. It was an excellent tea mug, a lovely
Yes.
tea pot. And could you believe
Wake
what
up.
the Imperial Bureau did with it?
What did they do?
They deemed the package that I had bought myself, that I had received, as a potential bomb. My goodness, they threw it away, destroyed it.
That is worrying. Very worrying.
You'll be even more concerned when you know that that set was worth 3,000 credits.
Indeed, indeed.
Ah, now then, I shall join you in a moment, Jacko.
Thank you very much for attending, Sector Magistrate.
The High Command have left me.
I'm sure they mean well. It's lots of repairs going on the ship, but thank you very much for attending on such short notice. It's been wonderful to work. Hopefully we can do so again in the future.
Oh, yes, perhaps in a nicer environment. Anyway, please send my thanks to the High Command, and you've been excellent in your role as leading security.
Thank you very much, Sector Magistrate. I take my commitments to the ISD in hand very seriously.
Right, now then, let us depart.
Up and away. Do call sometime, Lieutenant, at the Moss sectorial office. Have
All
some
hands,
tea.
attention, salute!
We'd love to have you down for tea.
I wouldn't know, I'd just get given.
There is a war on.
Up and away, pilot.
That is firearms out.
I'd advise you move back.
5 steps back. On the line, gents.
Mr. Knock, can we perhaps
What did you mean by nice
take off?
circumstances? Surely there's nothing better than killing rebel traitors.
Well, surely there's nothing
Hello?
better than being
Clearly,
a
you've
Star
never had a
Destroyer.
good cup of tea.
Seemingly asleep at the wheel.
Oh, good heavens.